when there's a really good story, man, when it's a really good story, we sit there and we want to listen. And something that I've really struggled with is listening, because communication isn't just about being able to articulate yourself; it's being absolutely able to receive as well. It's like the art of giving. You have to be able to receive as well. The art of communication is a two-way street. And there's a quote that is the word silent and listen have the same amount of letters in it, and it's just the letters all rearranged different ways. And is this something that you men have struggled with in your relationships or past relationships, being able to listen to your partner? It's definitely something that I fucking struggle with, man. I know that. Rather than me talking right now, I'd love to ask you guys. Did you guys struggle? Have you struggled to listen to your partner and really hear her? And if so, why do you think that is?
Yes. The answer to that is a resounding yes. And again, a learnt skill to be able to actually listen, to understand, and to validate. I think and that's like, I heard this analogy just the other day, coming at it with love, not LOVE, but LUV. Listen, understand, and validate. So I'm going to listen. I've learned to be able to listen and not take it personally.
Yeah.
Someone is just expressing to me what their lived experience of a situation, of a thing, of me is. It doesn't make it true, but it makes it real for them. And so to be able to listen without the need to fix or take it personally, and to really understand that they are just sharing their experience, They are just really sharing how they are feeling. It's not an attack on me, it's a share. And then validation in that as well. It's like, yeah, I hear you. That must be really hard, I can understand how you would feel that about me or about the situation. And sometimes it's fucking hard. I think there was a time maybe a year ago, and I think I actually shared this in our circle and got some support from you guys of like, I got handed my ass when I thought everything was great and going well, and I was genuinely oblivious to how my wife was feeling. Some of it was relating to me, some of it was relating to just life circumstances. But and I think she even said to me then, not once in the past 2 months have you checked in, have you asked me how I am, And so I fucking copped it. And, it was some big, heavy stuff, There was like, she was expressing, questioning whether she's made the right decision in being with me. And all this, that did not at any point in time mean that she did not want to be with me. She was simply expressing a feeling within her because of the way things were. And to sit in that fire is, I think that's one of the greatest gifts we can offer as men, is that stability, that space, that container.
That I'm not going anywhere. I'll sit in with you every day, man. 100%, man. 100%. I definitely know that I've run that heat, the conflict in relationship. I definitely know it stems from seeing my mum really upset as such a young kid, but then in relationships, we're not seeing or hearing a partner, and me feeling so helpless that I couldn't fix her or help her. But the ultimate truth is, she didn't need fucking helping or fixing. I'm trying to be a savior right now. And that was my big lesson, man. It's like, just sit in that heat. And I think that what you said right at the start, man, is don't make it about ourselves. That's the biggest one. And it's sometimes hard, man, because some of the stuff that's coming is hitting these pain points or trigger points within us because it's real deep truth or something that we're not owning for ourselves. It's like, sticking that dagger in and now twisting the dagger.
Also, I think a beautiful question, actually, before any conversation, is this a listening conversation or is this a solutions conversation? Then I know where I'm at. Sometimes it's a solutions conversation. Sometimes there's a problem and there needs to be a fix. And maybe I can help with that. Sometimes I don't want to fucking be fixed. And so to ask that question, it's straight away.
Yeah, man. I think what I found is one of the most powerful questions we can ask is for clarity. So I'll be in a discussion with my wife, and at the start of the conversation, hey babe, is this one of those listening or do you just want to be heard sort of thing? But then halfway through, I'm like, for me, it really sounds like she wants an answer right now. But I'm like, I know when I give an answer, I've seen where this goes. And it's like, hey babe, do you need any advice right now? And she's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But it's like in my mind, like, fuck, it really sounded like you wanted some advice right now, the way it was articulated. But the asking for clarity, man, I think as a man, I think it's sometimes hard for us to do that because we have this condition like we should know or we should be able
got it all.
Got it all. We should know. And that it just been like, oh, I'm really unsure about what you've just asked. Could you ask in a different way? Or is this what you meant by this? Oh, okay, it wasn't. Like that's been a game changer. Hey, Jace, how about you, man? Did you, are you like most men have struggled to
I
listen?
used to flee. So exactly what he said. Like I had the image of mum and dad blueing all the time, you know. So ever since I've witnessed that in previous relationships, I was just like, as soon as there's any form of uneasement, I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. I was just going, man. I didn't want a bar of it. But exactly what you are saying, I really deeply resonate with that. Is previous relationships and just previous friendships, man. Sometimes people just need to be heard. They do not need anything. They just want to just have a conversation. Sometimes it is you do. Like I don't know how many times I've been like, okay, solution, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. And exactly right. They just look at you and it's like, oh fuck. They don't want a bar of it. It's just like,
Yep.
no, I just want to have a conversation. I just got shit on my chest, shit on my chart. I just need to be heard. Can you just freaking sit there, shut the hell up, and just listen to me, you know? And
Yeah.
ever since that, it's been a game changer for me because yeah, I have really enriched friendships, not just relationships, friendships. You know, especially us men. Holy shit. We've all got so much shit that we want to talk about. You know, every single day, I can guarantee you there's something where you're just like, fuck, you know, like I just need someone just to talk to, you know? And that's exactly right. Like, I don't know how many times I have just felt like, you know, but then I just had a conversation. I'm like, fuck yeah, I feel good. Like, I feel so much better now. I can remember like going into facilitation mode. That has been a really big pinnacle and evolution of my listening skills is within the facilitation. Like, I can remember, I think it was about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I saw this short reel on this really immaculately beautiful, real tiny, petite little, beautiful feminine. She was at a men's retreat and they did an anger rage release, you know, and she had 30 freaking men just lashing out at her. Just, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking it. It just hits home every time I see it. Just absolutely just unleashing on her. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, how is she just sitting there copying this, you know? And ever since I've witnessed that, I'm like, yeah, like to sit there and listen and to support is the key.
100%, man. The analogy I like to give, and this is how I process stuff, is exactly what it's exactly what you we're talking about. Is when in my mind, this problem or thing, it just feels like there's a fucking elephant in the room. It just feels super heavy. It's consuming me. It's taking up all of my capacity consciously, and every waking hour, it's all I can think about. Sometimes I'm not even dreaming about it. And the way that I move through that is majority of the time I don't need answers. Sometimes I need an answer, but majority of the time, as I start talking it in a safe environment, so in our men's teams, I'll just start talking about the problem I'm facing, talking about how I'm feeling. And then as I start talking, what happens is I see my words outside of myself. So then my problem isn't me right now. And it's like I'm not making it about me. I can see it as a witness, so I can like disassociate from it. And usually by the time I've talked it out, I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I know the answer. And I think that's a lot of the time what women do as well. They just talk it all out, allow it all to come out, and then they're actually like finding that answer for themselves. And that's one of those big phrases too. Is like every answer is within us, but just sometimes we need that support or someone to hold that mirror up to show us what that answer is. But not until we actually realize it for ourselves or have that aha moment that we're not going to get the result that we desire.